Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So this is me and Randee are going to share something very exciting, guys. We actually just finished our full-length reaction to Lust Stories 2. Yeah, guys, you heard me right. This just dropped yesterday, fresh off the oven on Netflix, streaming now. So we as a channel, I think, are consciously trying to be a little bit different because I know you've got a lot of options with reaction channels. So we want to give you something else. And so we thought, why not react to the latest content? Of course, because of it being so recent, the reaction, the full unedited version will be up on Patreon. And you'll probably see a teaser somewhere over here. So our editor is going to probably put in a little teaser of her reaction. So let's see that. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. Oh, peeking through. I love the animation. I love animation all the time. Oh.
Me too.
Wow,
Oh, so she's coming from a progressive perspective.
तो शादी से पहले नो टेस्ट ड्राइव शादी है बेटा इसके पहिए पे पूरी जिंदगी चलनी है कि अपना सारा टाइम उसी में वेस्ट करना चाहते हो
She's so funny.
Spicy, saucy granny. Love it.
सदा जिंदा रहे
I mean, you have to confront her to fire her. I don't know what you're supposed to say. Well, I mean, you could come up with excuses, but...
Yeah. And her maid is living her best life.
God, she's doing all the positions of the Kama Sutra, it seems.
Seriously.
Wow, this is turning into a mystery of sorts. What's happening? Yeah, this is an interesting plot. Like, I don't know, this is a very cool idea. I wonder who wrote it.
Yeah.
Sorry, दी मैं 5 मिनट में आती है.
They're like 2 peas now in a pod.
Love it, love it.
Oh, that's the ending?
That's sort of the ending of that story. But
Wow,
yeah,
I liked it.
great job. Yeah, he crashed his car.
He deserved to.
बॉल्स गलत उनको तो मैं कहीं भी पहचान लूं
I love the bald skull.
I was confused.
आपको ऐसे जगह चाहिए
This.
कर रहे हैं
No, where's the police? Why didn't she say anything?
Why didn't you contact the cops? Right, yeah.
I'm like, this is not adding up.
Oh, okay, we have to process this. Yeah, okay, we kind of paused it for a bit, but wow.
I mean, on one hand, whoa.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm glad that he wasn't able to be more of a yucky guy, but that just...
Yeah, that was
shocked me.
crazy. Another cockroach? Ew.
Oh,
I hate cockroaches.
me too.
Ugh. What a gross man. I hope he gets his comeuppance, because honestly,
Yeah, and
this is the hardest one to watch, I would say.
I agree. But it is beautiful once you get it.
I love the color, right? Isn't it cute? Oh, she's so sweet. I
Her
just wanna...
face.
Yeah.
Aww. He's like, girl. He's like,
I feel for
girl,
you.
get out of here.
It's so hard for me to see Kajol in this role because she's such a firecracker. I want us to see an interview with her. So to play someone so subdued and oppressed,
It's
like
just
and broken, it's just unbelievable. What a transformation.
goes to show how talented she is.
Oh wow, yeah, she's expanding her range for sure. This is like polar opposite of her own personality.
Yeah.
साले हरामी है
Oh no. Oh no.
What in the heck?
Oh
I just seriously.
no. Oh my god. Okay, guys, you're now back from that little teaser reaction. Hope you enjoyed watching me and Randee reacting to Lust Stories 2. And now let's get into our review section. And guys, this is going to be a no spoiler review. If you want to watch again the full unedited version, it's only available, everything, all our block content available on Patreon only for $1. So do check that out. So Randee, let's now get into the review section. What did you think of Love Stories 2? Spicy.
Wow. Okay, so first of all, I personally really enjoyed this film, which was a collection of short stories, and I
Yeah,
recommend that everybody check it out, as soon as possible. But I just have to commend that the topics in these four stories were so progressive and so modern, and I think they're
yeah,
all very important issues that should be talked about all around the world. Like,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just really impressed with the content, like, and what the plots were. Yeah, and they were very female focused issues as well, which I think we love to see that on this channel.
Right, right.
Okay, are we saying starting from one, going to second, third, and then fourth?
I think let's first start out by maybe saying which one we loved the most, and then we'll talk about generally the others that kind of stood out for us. Okay, so I think, do you want to do the honors, Randy, of talking which one you loved the most out of the four?
I will. Okay, so the first one that okay, maybe I'm mixing up the order. The first one
Hmm.
was directed by,
The first
I
one
can
was
pull it up.
directed by Balki. I think it was R. Balki. So let me see the last stories,
Love
and I
Stories 2.
could give
I
you,
want to pull
yeah,
up the titles.
cast titles. Yeah, let's kind of look into it.
Two
So last
short
stories 2. It's
titles.
I'm going on IMDb, and we have. Can we see the directors?
I'm right there with you.
Okay. So I can help you with the cast. I mean, they kind of bunch everybody together. So the first one was by R. Balki, and obviously it was the one where, again, I think I might have missed the name of the short story, but it was
That's what I
about
was
the,
looking for.
yeah, the couple getting married. Yeah, let's see the
Yes.
names of.
So the first one, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
not finding the names of the shorts, but the first short was my favorite.
Yeah.
I thought that it took an issue of like communication and just general, talking about sex in a way that
Yeah.
is powerful but also appropriate, but it could ruffle somebody's feathers. But also, I
Mm,
just think that it was very tasteful, and I love to see interfamilial communication
right.
in
Right.
in that light. Like, it just, I think everybody could communicate better, and so it definitely starts in the family, and I think there was just such a sweetness to that short.
Right. Right.
um and I think it was my favorite because of probably it being the sweetest one. I think the topic wasn't so like dramatic and intense,
Right.
but
Right.
yeah, I think it was my favorite. What about you, Rima?
So this one is called, so I just want to kind of, I found an article to help us out. So this one was called, the first one, Made for Each Other. So
Okay,
yeah,
yay,
yeah, yeah.
made for each other.
So I absolutely enjoyed it. I think my favorite one, I would go with the critics, and I did kind of read a few non-spoiler reviews, guys, before we started watching Lust Stories 2, that just dropped. And I think there was a lot of buzz about Konkana Sen Sharma, who's a very, very talented actor, national award-winning actor, and now obviously in her, I think this is her directorial short story debut, though she did a full-length film as well called Death in the Gunj. So this one, I liked this one the best. The second one, which was called The Mirror, and
Oh
I
yeah.
thought, yeah, I thought that was so innovative. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a story, short story, whether in Hollywood or anywhere else, like quite like it. This
Yeah.
idea of like a house help who is kind of trespassing or kind of, transgressing place of work, in her place of work, and then the owner or her boss coming in and kind of spying on her, and somehow both of them getting off of each other, like, was, it was insane, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and the performances
and the
were so good.
cinematography.
Right, right. Oh yeah, the cinematography.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think for me, I think Kokana San Sharma, you can tell she's such an intelligent director, because some shots,
Yeah.
like the one shot where she first sees and there's a close up of her face, and it goes all the way in and it dazes into another, morphs into another close up of her face, and you can tell she's still haunted by what she saw. That was, yeah,
It was, and you just got it because we've all felt that. We've all had
yeah.
that feeling of like you just experienced something and it's stuck with you for too long?
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, we won't get into what happens in the story. I think maybe a little bit of this. I hope we've not given away too much, but guys, yeah. So this was a bit of that transgression in the equation that's happening, and but I felt like they dealt with so many issues in that, with relation to caste, with relation to class differences, in relation to desire, particularly for women,
Yeah.
societal judgment, that kind of like feeling of ownership, like when you work with someone and they work in your house for years, what, like, do do they have a right to kind of say, I also belong here? Like, there was a very interesting spar that happens, we won't talk about it, but they kind of fight with each other, and they bring up a lot of these points of who do you owe your who owes who what, right? Like this
Right, right, right.
idea of debt, of mutual debt, or anyway. So I thought that was really fun, and I also like how it ended.
Yeah.
So it's kind of again, guys, we're trying to keep away spoilers. Obviously, we're maybe revealing a little bit about things, but number two was really good, and of course, the acting by Tillotome, Shome, and I want to get into some of the other people in the cast. Amrita Subhash, I believe. So both of them were amazing, amazing, amazing. So that was, I think, my favorite. And now coming into the next two, so we had the third one, which was by Sujoy Ghosh, a very acclaimed Indian director. He does thrillers, and this one had quite a few twists.
Right.
So I would say that I think. I definitely, I think it took us both by surprise. At the ending was like, if you see our reaction, we were like, what? So
Yeah.
that definitely happened. But I feel that what was sort of like, I think maybe for me, which didn't give me the impact it should have, because it was still a very good story, kind of a bit of a murder mystery if you kind of look into it, is I think maybe the characterization, and we talk about this in our reaction, like the way some of the actors and some of the clues I felt was a bit too much of a hint.
Yeah.
And somehow the first twist that happens when you guys see the short story, you'll know what I'm talking about, or what we're talking about. That first twist was not so much of a surprise. It
Right.
was ending that was more of like, oh, okay. And yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to them, because maybe we were in on the first twist, but that second one really truly like shifted my perspective on the whole short. Like,
Yeah, and I would have to say that in the entire lot, if you want to be lusting after anybody, it has to be Tamannah, the beautiful, gorgeous actress, because she looked ethereal. Like,
so stunning.
she
So
looked,
stunning.
I know, absolutely. And she was like, I love the fact that she was so, we were talking about this, like, body positive, and obviously she looked beautiful with no makeup,
Yeah.
barely any jewelry, just the sari. And it's so amazing how the Indian sari, kind of like just the imagery of that could make you find, it could be so sensual.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And of course, good job done by the actor Vijay Verma, who was, his name is Vijay Verma, by the way, Randy,
Oh.
also named Vijay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
perfect. That's easy.
I think
Um,
so. I think he was convincing, at least for us, as the person he turns out to be. I think he depicted that quite well.
yeah. And I think, if I don't like your character, that means you're doing a good job acting. So kudos to him.
Absolutely. So I think the name of this one, I want to call it. Uh, do they give us a name for this, please?
I'm
Okay.
just, I'm also looking. Let me see.
Uh. Okay. Is it called Sex with the X? Like, what is going on here? Anyway, never mind. I don't get the name. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the name. We can't. But we did mention all the actors in it, so it was fun. I think it was an interesting ride, but yeah, like I said, something with the hints. It was a little bit you could reveal, or I could guess what it was before. Now coming to the last one, Til
I
Chata. Uh,
Yeah,
that was a heavy one to
this
watch.
one, yeah, heavy is the right word. I think
Hmm.
throughout, we were both glancing at each other like, oh gosh, like,
Oh,
it did tackle some very real issues, I think.
yeah.
In a way that I do think was tasteful, and it definitely, I love that there was, awareness before and after, the little, what are those called?
Um, I guess the messages, the sort
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
the disclaimer, or I guess
Disclaimers.
the information and all that they gave. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think it tackles a very real issue for women. I think it won't be too much of a spoiler if we say it deals with the issue of abuse
Yeah, okay.
and the ramifications of abuse within a family, outside, and how do you
Right.
deal with abuse. So it's very much surrounding that. And you had Kumud Mishra, who was playing the terrible character that everybody I think will
Garvi.
probably, yeah, like, yeah, snarl and glare at when they watch it, because
Yeah,
he was definitely doing his role to conviction. And Kajol in what I thought was a surprise performance, because I was telling Randy this. I know we haven't seen a movie of hers yet, but she's such a strong, empowered woman and such a intense personality on screen, like a female personality or
yeah,
protagonist. To see her in this role was, I think, like, it took me by surprise. I didn't know she was capable of pulling back. Very subdued
yeah.
performance. Yeah,
She,
yeah.
I think she, I think she put a lot of care and thought into that character, and it really came across like it. She did such a wonderful job.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the ending of that was a sort of I want to give a shout out to the directors Amit Sharma. So Til Chatta, by the way, Randy means cockroach, and we saw a bit of that.
Wow,
Yeah, yeah. So maybe it's
wow,
symbolic, right? Because you're talking about symbolism here of the cockroach, which is also certain characters here.
yeah,
And yeah, so there's an infestation of a lot of things happening that need to be probably removed, right? Exterminated, or however you want to call it. But the twist in the end was definitely very saddening,
yeah. I
if
would
I
say
can say
it
that.
was just a total tragedy.
It was a tragedy, I think. And I think maybe that's probably a very real depiction of life, right? Because
Yeah,
I think sometimes the best laid plans, as they say, or sometimes even though you want something to end and you want things to work out, there may be life can be unpredictable. And I think it captured the unpredictability of life
yeah.
very, very well. So yeah, I think if you are a fan of Kajol, and if you kind of want to see this, you should check it out. I think it was a very good story. But again, Randy and I have our favorites, of course. It is the first
Yeah.
two. So yeah, and I think the performances were amazing. Great job by everybody concerned. So that was really, really well done. And yeah, I guess, Randy, any final thoughts about Lust Stories too?
I really enjoyed it, and I think also a thought I just had was I really feel like the way the placement one, two, three, and four was perfect. Like
Yeah,
these stories all fit so well together and complemented each other. Like I think after we completed, I was like, wow, just got so much out of this. It was
yeah,
like I really it was a good watch. I really enjoyed it. So thank
yeah.
you to all the writers and directors and casting crew.
Absolutely. Like, what a wonderful cast. And now I think me and Randy are even thinking of, let's check out Lust Stories 1.
I think we have
So,
to.
guys, yeah, so if we're putting this out, guys, again, the full link, our unedited reaction to this very, very recent, fresh off Netflix series. Go check it out on Patreon and support us there. All our blog content and full unedited movie reactions, only for $1, and we don't plan to increase prices. And of course, hopefully you're seeing this review. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe and become part of our beautiful AR family. You can follow me and Randy in our social media links down below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.